exclusive audio interviews, and so much more. The InfoWar is waiting for you to set it free. Join PrisonPlanet.tv. Burn the info bombs to disk. Put them on the file-sharing networks. Bring down the New World Order. PrisonPlanet.tv.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
All right, final hour on this final broadcast of this week, first week of the new year. We're back live this Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. And, of course, next week for a few of the days, Jason Burmis is here in town. He'll be sitting in with a lot of important and informative guests coming up. Now, I want to go back to Alan Watt. Alan, we've been having riveting, informative discussion here. And people that say we're being negative, we're not. It's like looking out your window and seeing a storm coming in. Somebody says, what's the weather? Oh, a storm's coming in. Oh, don't be negative. All we're doing is covering the facts here, the reality. You alluded about 15 minutes ago to the carbon footprint, the allotted amount of creds you'll have on your card. All of this is admitted. You know, even if you, quote, have wealth, you won't be able to spend it because it'll be past your carbon footprint. And then, of course, that will all be selectively enforced. I mean, this is the total controlled society with the technology to try to carry it out. So can you speak more about life under the carbon footprint, which they're now bringing in? Obama says you'll have weekly, monthly visits to your farm, your home. You'll get special permits to do any changes to your house. Cows, $170 tax, soda, but then all foods, satellite boxes in all your cars, taxing you as you drive. They're now saying it all. Everything we warned people about that was in the planning documents we saw decades ago. We're now here in this continuum from the early elites forming and the scientific dictatorship several thousand years ago to now. How far along on that continuum towards what they believe is their end game are we? Are we 80% there, 90% there?
I think we're probably 90% there. That's why it is in the open now, and they're not really concerned. They have all of the classes they need. As I say, it's mainly academia on their side. They fund so many of the big corporations. Even with the bailouts, the corporations must do as they're told as well, and go along with this. Everyone is being paid off, bought off, or simply blackmailed to go along with this whole agenda. And it's the academia does it willingly. So they're not bothered about the general public whatsoever. In fact, the general public are still watching all the trivia that's doled out to them, as they said they'd do, to keep them happy and entertained. But you're quite right with this whole carbon thing. See, man is the problem according to them. There's too many of us. And everything that we need or use gives off carbon in the manufacturing, even down to creating a house for you to live in. Is a problem. And that's another way they're getting people off the land. They started voluntary programs to come in and test your house from the government. The government would put so much money towards you re-insulating it, etc. And that scheme was to get us all used to the idea of government coming in and testing our houses to see if they were worthy enough to stand up or be knocked down. And eventually that will become mandatory. They want the people off the land according to Agenda 21, the United Nations program, into these big overcrowded cities, and that's where they plan to contain us. That ties right in with why they have not been upgrading the main cities for many, many years. They're in a mess. The roads are a mess. They admitted in Toronto, for instance, that it would take, it'd be almost cheaper to build a brand new city than to fix the sewage systems, the roads, and so on, than to be easier to start from scratch. In other words, they don't intend to maintain those cities. These have to be simply to contain the public for a period of 30 to 40 years until the public are pretty well all dead and gone. Now, the whole carbon idea came up from a big think tank that works with all the other big think tanks, well-funded, interconnected with them, and that's the Club of Rome. And the founders of the Club of Rome wrote a book in the 1990s, but they said in the 1970s they were the ones that came up with the idea to unite the planet under and claim that mankind was having a war on the earth itself, and therefore man was the problem. And they came up with the whole idea of the carbon.
And it's a sick joke because we're a carbon-based life form. Everything on this planet is carbon-based, and they're saying it's going to be a toxic waste, but all their genetic engineering, all their toxic waste dumping, that's okay. It's only carbon dioxide and other gases that come off of life forms, which is all part of the life cycle. They're waging war on the life cycle itself and saying they're going to micromanage and tax every facet. The power to tax is the power to destroy. It is a tax on the life-giving gas itself.
A day unlike any other in the long course of American history, a terrorist act of war against this country.
The enemy struck America on September 11th. But who is the enemy?
Bin Laden. This is his M.O.
We have to look to the Middle East. We have to look to Osama bin Laden.
Fabled Enemies is the first 9/11 film to take a close look at the terrorist ties to intelligence networks inside the United States.
Some U.S. investigators believe that there are Israelis again very much engaged in spying in and on the U.S.
I'm aware that some Israeli citizens have been detained.
Bin Laden's connections to the CIA, the hijackers' ties to the FBI, the Saudi Arabian connection, the Israeli intelligence network, warnings and war games, the shadow government, and much, much more. Fabled Enemies. Get the DVD at Infowars.com or see it in super high quality, along with hundreds of other titles at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
Now that the election is over and the shock is beginning to wear off, Ready Reserve Foods, in an effort to get as many Americans prepared for the promised changes of the new administration and to help you and your family survive the global economic crash, Ready Reserve is offering the pre-inauguration special. Between now and January 20th, 2009, all food units U1 through U7 are being offered at wholesale prices. That's a 33% savings. A year's supply of meals starts as low as 73 cents per meal. Ready Reserve Food offers only the highest quality dehydrated food, packed in double enameled cans in an inert nitrogen atmosphere, allowing a 15-plus year shelf life. Ready Reserve has been manufacturing since 1972, giving them the freedom to offer you amazing savings. Great tasting Ready Reserve Foods at wholesale prices. Order now at ReadyReserveFoods.com or call today. 1-800-453-2202. That's 1-800-453-2202.
Have you ever thought about what's in your shampoo, soap, or detergent? How about chlorides, dyes, ethanol, sulfates, sodium, formaldehydes, and more? Even fragrance can indicate the presence of some 4,000 separate ingredients, most of which are synthetic. Hi, this is Alex Jones. I was shocked when I discovered I could be inhaling these additives that can lead to coughing, wheezing, and shortness of breath, headaches, nausea, irritation of the skin, and mucous membranes. Now compare Cal-Ben Pure Soap, all natural, earth-friendly, no harsh chemicals, no animal testing. They're safe, and you save 85% of the money you're spending on cleaning products now. Start saving over $1,000 a year for your family of 4. Keep it natural. Call Cal-Ben Pure Soap for a free catalog at 1-800-340-7091 or log on to 5starsoap.com. Try Cal-Ben Pure Soaps, and I'll bet you'll never use any other cleaning products again. Call 1-800-340-7091 for all your cleaning needs.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Going to your phone calls here in just a few minutes. Before I do that, I wanted to give Alan a little time to talk about any issues he thinks are most important instead of just my questions and our analysis back and forth. Before we do that, I want to tell you who's made this show possible today, and these are great products that I fully endorse, use, and believe in. Number one is Acola Blue. Acola Blue is just an amazing, high-quality atmospheric water generator for the home. Pays for itself with 1 year if you buy your water from the store. Pure, clean water without the fluoride. Unlimited water from the humidity in the air. Machine produces up to 28 liters of water in 24 hours, 7.5 gallons. That's their smaller unit. Great tasting, pure H2O, exactly the way nature makes it. No chemicals, pollutants, or toxins. Neutral pH. And then it goes through an activated carbon filter, then a silver impregnated carbon filter, then a reverse osmosis system, then a taste and food removal filter, and is stored in a tank illuminated by antibacterial fungal UV light. ECOLO blue.com. It's up on screen at prisonplanet.tv. EcolaBlue.com or 866-585-4044. 866-585-4044. Acola Blue. Absolutely fabulous, folks, and we surely hope that you'll check them out today. Another great sponsor is eFoodsDirect.com, the J. Michael Stevens Group, the highest quality storable foods for the price out there, no GMO foods. They have a lot of videos, free videos you can watch or audios you can listen to at the website, eFoodsDirect.com. And you need to give them a call because self-sufficiency is the key. And if you're buying seeds, moving to the country, gearing up to be self-sufficient, moving out of the cities, which I think is advisable for those that can, to face what's coming, may not even have time. This is something you can have now that you know is a backup, lasts more than 10 years in climate control, 10 years in non